Nowadays, people are gravitating towards Colorado for retirement, and there's so many reasons why people of retirement age are moving here, or even if you are already living here, why you want to stay here in retirement age, whether it be the amazing weather that we have all year long, the outdoors type of living that we have where you could get to the mountains at any given second. There are so many reasons that people are choosing to stay and live in Colorado during retirement age, and that is exactly what this video is for. So if you're thinking about staying here, retiring in Colorado, I'm gonna go over the top 5 cities that I think you should consider when retiring in Colorado. All right, I'm Christy Lee here, and I am a local real estate agent and a native of Colorado. So I do know this city or this state inside and out, and I've lived all up and down the I-25 corridor. And I'm here to talk to you about my 5 top favorite places that I think you should consider if you're thinking about retiring in Colorado. All right, so my very first one is gonna be Fort Collins. And Fort Collins is one of my most favorite cities in general, but definitely a place that is a great place to retire. And there's so many reasons why. So let's start off with Fort Collins is gonna be the most northern part of the suburbs, essentially, of Denver. So it's right up and down the Front Range on I-25, about an hour north of Denver. And the reason why I'm choosing Fort Collins as an amazing place to retire is, well, one, its location. So if you're somebody who absolutely likes, the outdoors and, just being around a lot of people, but yet still having the outdoor lifestyle, Fort Collins is going to be the place to be because it's by far nowhere close to being as busy as the Denver area. But you still do have the hustle and bustle of the college students because that is where Colorado State University is located. So you do have all that, but yet you are still so close to the outdoors. So you have Horsetooth Reservoir out there. So if you're somebody who likes to boat or fish or water ski or whatever that might be, you have that right there. You also are extremely close to Estes Park. So you can head right up to Estes Park and go, hiking and fishing. That's where Rocky Mountain National Park is. So if that's something that you like to do, camping and, all of that great stuff, that is only about 45 minutes away from Fort Collins. And then you could also still continue to head north and hit Cheyenne. So, the location of Fort Collins is phenomenal. Now, as far as price point of houses are concerned, Fort Collins right now, and it's 2021, the end of 2021, but we are the median house price of just under $500,000. So you can get a lot more for your money if you head to Fort Collins as well than in the Denver area. So that's just something to think of. A lot of seniors are moving to this area, and actually as well, not only just Fort Collins, but kind of Loveland and Fort Collins as well. So Loveland is going to only be about 20 minutes south of Fort Collins. So they're not the same by no means, but they are, really close to each other, and they all do offer amazing things, the outdoor living. So both Fort Collins for sure, but if you want to move just a little bit south, a little bit closer to Denver, I would highly recommend Loveland as well, just because the price point of houses are going to be about the same. You are going to be about 20 minutes closer to Denver. You could head up to Estes. Like I said, both Loveland and Fort Collins will get you up to Estes in about 45 minutes. So both of them are going to be a great place to consider when retiring. Okay, second on my list is actually Estes Park. So speaking of Estes, now Estes Park is going to be, obviously on the northwest side of Denver, and it's going to be the mountains. So you're gonna have it's more of a mountain town. You're right there with Rocky Mountain National Park. The median house price in 2021 is going to be higher. It's going to be about $600,000. But the reason why I like to mention Estes Park as a good place to retire is it's definitely going to be for somebody who wants to get out of the hustle and bustle of this city. You get to go up there, you get to live up there with the elk and the deer and the wildlife. There's moose up there. I will say during the summertime though, you are going to have a lot of tourists. So Estes Park is known for Colorado's tourist town. So it dies down, it completely dies down in the wintertime. But in the summertime, you're going to have a lot of tourists coming in and out of that city. But I mean, if you stay out of the little main drag of the city, then you're going to absolutely enjoy, you know, the quietness of the area. You could go fishing anytime. There's a couple golf courses up there. You could head to Rocky Mountain National Park. And even if you drive through Rocky Mountain National Park, you could get to Grand Lake and Granby, Winter Park. So it's absolutely gorgeous up there. The views are phenomenal. So if you're somebody who wants to have like, you know, a little cabin or just a house up in the mountains with amazing views, Estes Park is going to be the way to be. Way to go. My coworker actually lives in Estes Park all year long, and she looks out her window all the time and she sees elk and deer just right there while she's working. So if that's the type of person that you are, head to Estes Park. You could definitely find something, you know, smaller for less than $600. But the median is going to be about that $600 price point. It's one of my most favorite little towns of Colorado. My husband and I go up there all the time. So highly recommend retiring there if that's the type of a lifestyle that you're looking for. Okay, so number 3 on my list, and kind of keeping with that little mountain theme, is going to be Evergreen, Colorado. So Evergreen is going to be considered essentially the most western suburb of Denver. It is going to be right up at I-25, and what's so great about Evergreen is that it is in between I-25 and Highway 285. So if you have family who live on the south side of Denver or the north side of Denver, they're still going to be able to access you very easily because they're going to be able to either go on I-20 or I-70 or Highway 285 to get to you, which is fantastic. So the location of it is going to be great. Also, Evergreen is going to be surrounding the Evergreen Lake. So it's kind of like their focal point. So if you like to go fishing, they have fishing year round. They have ice skating in the wintertime. So the lake freezes and you could go ice skating during the wintertime. This area is very much caters to their retirees just because of their active lifestyle and their healthy lifestyle. So the restaurants that they have within the city is going to be very healthy, like geared toward that healthy food, healthy active lifestyles. The shops is going to be, you know, like little boutiques and stuff like down the historic side of Evergreen. It's going to be like little boutiques and like little bars like that. And then you're going to have your major chains, you know, surrounding it as well. So the Home Depots and the Walmarts and things of that nature. But you are going to be, you know, right off of I-70. So if you're a skier or a camper, you'll be able to head up to the mountains, you know, get up to any of the ski resorts in really no time at all, just because you are already going to be halfway there if you live in Evergreen. The median house price in Evergreen is going to be just pushing that 800,000 price point right now in 2021. So it is going to be on the higher price point, but you are paying for the location 100%. It is amazing out in Evergreen. You're going to have the fresh air, the evergreen trees, the location as far as the views, but also as far as getting to, if you have, like I said, family on either side of the city, very prime location for that. You're going to be able to get a little cabin or, you know, a nice house out there. I will say probably it's not going to be one of those houses that you're going to have the paved driveways. It's probably going to be gravel. I mean, we are going to be in the mountains, so you might have to think about that as far as shoveling or anything like those natures if it starts to snow. But other than that, Evergreen is absolutely gorgeous if you're a person who likes to be in the mountains all the time. Wants to stay out of the city, and then definitely wants to live that healthy lifestyle, because Evergreen definitely is geared to those type of people. Okay, so now heading down the mountain, and number 4 best place to retire is heading down the mountain. You're going to hit Golden, Colorado. So Golden, Colorado is going to be just west of Denver. And I do have videos on Golden as well, but Golden is fantastic because it's right there at the base, right before you start to head up to the hill and get to Evergreen or get to any of the ski resorts up the mountain. What's great about Golden is while it's still far enough away from the city, you could get into Denver in 20 minutes if you hop on, 6th Avenue or I-70. It is a really great location just because it's far enough away. You're right at the base of those foothills right there, and you still are able to get the views and you still are able to get the luxury and the amenities of this city life. So if that's somebody that you like, if that's the type of person that you like those type of things, you still want to be close enough but far enough away, Golden's going to be it. Golden's medium price point is going to be right around $800,000. But you definitely could find stuff, less expensive than that. But you're going to have a lot more amenities. You're going to have a lot more shopping, around just right there. That's going to be more convenient for you. So you are going to be paying for that as well. I love Golden because it's going to be a little bit older, so a little bit more mature. So if that's the type of house that you like, the mature trees, a little bit older house, but probably has been renovated or, a little bit mid-century, definitely head to Golden. And then, like I said, you could get into Denver in no time. So I love Golden for all of those reasons. Definitely check that one out as well. All right, last but not least is my 5th place to retire in Colorado, and that's going to be Monument, Colorado. So not a whole lot of people actually speak about Monument. It's kind of one of these cities that you kind of drive through and don't really think much of them when you're doing it. So Monument's going to actually be in between Castle Rock and Colorado Springs, and it's right there on the Palmer Divide. So when you're going through and you hit Monument, what I love so much about that is, again, location, but a location in a different way. You are going to be really close, I would say 20 minutes or so to Colorado Springs, yet far enough away that you don't have to deal with all of the city of Colorado Springs. So Colorado Springs is actually the second largest city in Colorado. So you're going to have a lot of people, a lot of traffic, that you might not just want to have to deal with that. If you head a little bit north, 20 minutes or so, you're going to hit Monument, and Monument's absolutely gorgeous. You're going to have, all of the views. You're going to have all of the amenities, yet you're not going to have to worry about all of the people of Colorado Springs. The median price point on Monument is going to be mid to high 600s. So that's still amazing considering that it's a lot less than Denver. But you're going to have a lot more views to offer in Monument. They do have the Palmer Lake out there. So you could go fishing and things like that. And then if you are a hiker, an outdoors person, you could head into Colorado Springs. You could climb the incline. There's Pikes Peak, which is the largest mountain that we have here in Colorado. So it still offers all of that stuff, but you are just outside of the city, so it could still be really, really quiet out there. I will say the only downside of Monument is that it does tend to get more snow than Denver and Colorado Springs. So because you are right there on the Palmer Divide, you do tend to get more snow and a little bit more wind. So just kind of keep that in mind. If you're moving there, the weather might just be a little bit more crazy in the winter time, but nothing enough for me to say, hey, I don't want to move there, honestly, just because Colorado weather in general, in my opinion, is absolutely amazing because the snow comes and goes. So I don't really care, but Monument is definitely worth thinking into when you're thinking about retiring. Okay, so those are my top 5 favorite places to move if you're going to be retiring in Colorado. There is so many great places in Colorado to retire. Those are just a few I'd like to mention. If you have any questions about any of those, please let me know. Put a comment right down there below and I'll be more than happy to help you. Again, I am Christy Lee and I am a local real estate agent. So my absolute favorite thing to do is talking to all of you. I love texting and emailing and calling or talking to all of you about where you want to move. So reach out to me anytime. I'm here to help. And to the next video, take care.